Okay, let's start building out the menu-driven interface for this. So I'm going to get rid of this debug stuff. So I don't really need it anymore. And then this stuff is going to end up in a method. So I don't really need that either. Okay, so let's start by calling self.printMenu. And actually, let's put this in a loop. So while true, let's print the menu, and then we need to get a choice. So choice is select item, and then the prompt is what do you want to do? And then for our list, let's start with list lists. Okay, so we want to list the list of instructor lists. So let's do I and X for exit. Okay, so only 2 items so far, and then we'll add them. And then for menu, so make that static. Okay, so we'll print choose an action, and then we'll print I and then X is exit the program. Okay, and then if choice is equal X, then we're going to break out of the loop. Elif choice is equal I, let's go ahead and print the list. So for list, let's say instructor list in course lists. This one we're just going to print the names. So here's the specs. So password manager class operations you must support are show a list of current account lists. So a list is just going to be the name. So we'll print instructor list dot get name. And then to make this look a little nicer, we're going to put 4 spaces in there, print the name, and print available instructor lists. Okay, so let's run it, see how our choices are going. So I got an error, none type object is not iterable, and input validation. Oh, so that should be items. I should have specified that as items. So my select item. So let's go ahead and fix that. So this is prompt, and this is items. So let's try it now. All right, so let's try X for exit. And then let's print goodbye there. Okay, so X for exit, and then I for print the list of instructor lists. So available lists, and then let's always put a blank line before printing the menu to space it out a little bit. Stop and rerun. Okay. So we'll print the list of instructor lists, and there it is. And then we'll exit the program. So next one is create a new account list. So let's go ahead and do that. So print a list of the instructor lists. A is going to be add a new instructor list. And I'm not going to capitalize these, so. Okay, so if they type A, we're going to do under course lists dot append, and we're going to make a new instructor list, and we're going to pass in name, and then we need to get name. So name is going to be input string. What is the name of the instructor list? And then default is any non-empty string. So we'll go with that default. So let's try it and see how it goes. So we'll print the list of lists, and then we'll add oh, and I need to also make sure that I add that to the list of choices. So let's run it. Try it again. Okay, so print the lists, and then we'll add a list. Let's do CIS 234A. And then let's list them all, and 234A is at the end. So that's good. So to delete an account list, I want to loop through the list of account lists and find the one whose name matches a value I typed in, and then remove it from the list. So let's go ahead. I think that's probably complicated enough that these could all be separate functions. So let's do that. So this one I'm going to call print lists. So let's do that. And we'll make this static. Okay, so course list is actually local variable here. So I need to pass it in if I want to use it. So actually what I want to do is make it a property of the class. Like so. Okay. And then course instructors UI dot course list. So now it's a property of the class. And then we can access it here as well. And then we also want to do this one. So this will be self.add instructor list. And then this is going to be course instructor lists dot course lists dot append. Okay, and then I wanted to have delete. So let's go ahead and add a delete item. And so we're going to delete the instructor list. So let's do name is equal to select item. And then what I'm going to pass in is the list of all of the instructor list names. So I can get that using a list comprehension. So that's going to be instructor list dot get name for IL in course instructors course lists. So this is going to loop through IL for each instructor list in here, and then it's going to make a list with il.getName. And that's going to be items. And then I'll use the default prompt. So this should only return an existing item. So let me get the item in here. So for IL in course lists, if IL equal il.getName equal name, then course lists I think I just called del. Is it del? Okay, so let's try it and see if it works. Okay, so let's print the list. And then let's add one called test me. And we'll print it. And then let's delete it. So I'll delete test me. and then print it. And it's gone. And now let's delete a different one. Let's delete CIS 122 and print it. And CIS 122 is gone. And then let's try something that doesn't exist. And then we'll delete one that isn't on the list. And we actually have to give it something here, which may not be ideal. Okay, and then let's add one, CIS 120, and print. And that all seems to be working, so let's exit.